Hello, hello, welcome back to Jay's Fish, and today we're going to be breeding angelfish. This is my koi angelfish. I traded these for a 40-gallon tank. These are, in my opinion, some of the nicest koi angelfish I've seen. The markings on them, they go all over the body. I'm looking for not too much platinum. As you can see, the platinum is broken up by the black markings. That's what I'm looking for. So these guys were in my outdoor pond for a little bit, and then after I moved into my new place, I threw these guys into their own tank. It is a 30-gallon tall. It is just them in the tank. I have a sponge filter here and a canister filter. I am cycling the sponge filter for the, just so it's already cycled so I can throw it into a new tank when I start getting more tanks. So these guys have already spawned in this tank when it was a bare bottom, nothing in here, but I honestly hated seeing nothing in the tank. It was literally the sponge filter, the heater, a few of the breeding sites, and that was it. It was really ugly to see, and I hated it. So I just redid it. I put a layer of sand from my tank. I threw in some jungle vallisneria from my other tank. It's pretty much growing like weeds in there. Threw in some rocks to break it up. And then I did have this decoration and this plastic plant in my storage, so I was like, why not, let's just use it. So that is my centerpiece, and they swim all around it. A good way of making sure you get a pair of angelfish, meaning a male female that paired off from the rest of the group, is to get between 6 to 8 angelfish and grow them out from a quarter size. And as they grow up, they'll pair off naturally, and you take that pair, you put them in a breeding tank, and you would be able to breed them. And otherwise, it's that, or you buy an already paired angelfish. These angelfish do pair for life, so it's a little bit difficult in getting a new mate for one of your angelfish if one does pass. So sexing the angelfish is actually kind of easy once they're full grown, like mine. This one is my male. As you can tell, he has the hump on the very top, and then when they do spawn, there is a tube at the very bottom that comes out that I believe is a little bit thinner than the female. And how you can tell with the female is there isn't that big of a hump on the top. It is a little bit fatter compared to the male because it is holding the eggs. And usually it is a little bit smaller compared to the male. Mine is slightly smaller, but these are relatively big fish. To get these guys breeding, you need to be feeding them a high protein diet. I'm feeding them bloodworms, live baby brine shrimp, frozen brine shrimp, and that's mostly what it consists of the high protein. But because I'm working full-time, sometimes I'm not able to feed them the frozen food, so I do sprinkle in some algae wafers that I've crushed up into a medium, not too small or fine powder, and they do eat that really good. They pretty much scarf it down. So after maybe a couple to a few weeks of feeding these guys a high protein diet, the female will start to look fat, and then they'll start to peck at the spawning sites. They are a little bit stressed right now because I just redid the tank, so all that progress of waiting was for nothing. So pretty much in my head, I've just restarted the cycle because I've stressed them out by redoing the tank. So it is going to be another 2 to 3 weeks of waiting for these guys to start cleaning and pecking the spawning sites. And then after that, they'll lay the eggs and you'll get a part 2. So to breed these guys, you need spawning sites. I'm using these cones. They're clay or terracotta cones. They're, in my opinion, I'm testing them out. I want to experiment with them. But the first one, not too many eggs were fertilized. And it was because they laid eggs all around the cone. So that might have been a problem instead of it being on a flat surface and just making the runs back and forth instead of going all the way around. But I do have some sites around the tank. There's one in the back there. There's one in the front. There's one over here. Hopefully they choose one in the front just for filming purposes. But any one works. I threw in this long reed-like plant. It looks like a jungle vow, the corkscrew one. So because I am trying to breed for profit, once these guys do lay the eggs on the breeding sites, I am going to pull the eggs and hatch them artificially, so stay tuned for part 2 of hatching the eggs of the angelfish. So what I did notice in the bear tank was these guys were really aggressive with each other, as there was nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. So because I've added more space for them to hide and get away from each other, they seem to be less aggressive and less picking on each other. That does it for this video. Make sure you stay tuned for part 2 of raising the eggs artificially once these guys start to lay the eggs. And oh my goodness, I gotta look at that. She's been swimming weird. If you have any suggestions on why or some remedies I can do, comment down below. But otherwise, thank you for watching and hope you have a good one. Alright, peace.